Is Sony allowed to use Spider-Man in their Spider-Man universe, and if so, who will it be? Stay tuned to find out. What's up guys, Scarlet here, and I hope you're having a good day today. So today we're going to talk once again about who will be the Spider-Man of the Sony universe, and if Sony is even allowed to have a Spider-Man in that Spider-Man universe. But before I start the video, I talk a lot about Spider-Man related things, from the games to the movies, TV shows, and etc., and general Marvel DC stuff as well. So if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on to stay updated. In light of recent news regarding the newly announced TV show Silk Spider Society, their synopsis does mention Peter Parker, which seemingly confirms he does exist in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Before then, we haven't heard a single word regarding Peter Parker or Spider-Man in Sony's Spider-Man universe, which is pretty redundant, but that's Sony for you. So this has everyone questioning if Spider-Man will be in this universe or show up in this Silk Spider Society show. Damn, try saying that 10 times fast. Silk Spider Society show, Silk Spider Society show, So this has everyone questioning if Spider-Man will be in this universe or show up in this Silk Spider Society show, and if Spider-Man does show up, who will play Spider-Man? Now it may get a little complicated, but I'll try to put it in the simplest, easiest way to explain it possible. So we know there's a lot going on at Sony in terms of their partnership with Amazon, and by the sounds of it, they're aiming for this to be pretty big, and they want to put a lot of shit out. Like, they want to put a lot of projects out back to back. It's currently a Spider-Verse without Spider-Man. So now people want to know, can Sony use Spider-Man for this universe? The answer is yes, but now it isn't just a simple yes. So let's say they wanted to use Miles Morales. Go right ahead, knock yourself out. If they wanted to use Scarlet Spider, either Kaine Parker or Ben Reilly, go right ahead, knock yourself out. If they wanted to use Spider-Pig, go ahead, knock yourself out. Now if they wanted to use Peter Parker, yes, but, and a very huge but, they cannot use Tom Holland's MCU Spider-Man. If they wanted to use Tom Holland, he has to be a 100% different version from the MCU version. They cannot mention a single word, hint, or nod to the MCU in any events that happened with MCU Spider-Man. Any events that MCU Spider-Man has lived through. His suit has to be different, his history has to be different, his mannerisms and behaviors have to be different. He cannot interact with any MCU characters because they are Disney properties, and technically Tom Holland's Spider-Man to an extent is a Disney property because Sony and Disney are sharing him sorta. If they mentioned anything regarding what happened with the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, Sony would get sued into the ground, and I'm sure Marvel would love to do that in a heartbeat.
Hey, wall crawling's my shtick. Hey, you start spinning a web and I'll sue.
So if they did want Tom Holland in their universe, they would need to walk a very tight, thin legal line to maintain that, and people would see through it. So if it backfired, Marvel and Disney would have to come out and say something, and we know them, they like to stay quiet, they don't like to talk much until the time comes, and then they seem to be associated with this thing that they aren't necessarily associated with, and people ask questions and then they have to clear the air. But now what if the projects are bad and they use Tom Holland as Spider-Man? They would be stuck in a weird Venom scenario that I talked about in one of my previous recent videos, where basically Marvel said no, Tom Holland's Spider-Man cannot cameo in Venom 1, which caused the fallout of Tom Holland's Spider-Man being taken out of the MCU for like 3 days. But anyway, so the likely chance of Tom Holland appearing as Spider-Man in the Sony Spider-Man universe basically is slim to none, to be realistic. But if they want to do a whole different actor, go for it, knock yourself out. Or a different Spider-Man, go for it. They have every right to do so. If they want to cast a new Peter Parker for their universe that can connect to Venom 3 and the new Silk TV series and whatever else they have planned for their shared universe, go ahead and knock yourself out. They just cannot use Tom Holland unless they walk that very thin line, because Sony does want that Disney box office share. Every time there's a Spider-Man appearance in anything Marvel or Disney does, Sony gets a percentage of it. So they got a percentage from Avengers Infinity War and as well as Avengers Endgame. And if Spider-Man is going to be in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, which, let's be real, that's more than likely, they will get a share of that too. So Sony doesn't want to risk that, I'm sure, so they have to play nice and just find their own actor, or they can take that risk of using Tom, but they have to have him be a whole different Spider-Man and a whole different Peter Parker. Essentially, they don't want to bite the hand that's feeding them, so they can use Spider-Man. The question is, which one will they use? Obviously, I think we can all assume that we'll see Peter Parker, given they mentioned him in the Silk Spider Society synopsis. We have zero zero clue about this Peter Parker, yet I doubt they even have someone casted yet, but we have heard rumors of Andrew Garfield talking to Sony about being their Peter Parker / Spider-Man, but there's been rumors of him not wanting to do it only because of where they're taking the story and stuff like that, but also their past fallout with each other. But again, rumors not really confirmed. But let's be real, I think Andrew Garfield just doesn't want to be involved with Venom or Morbius because these films haven't done good critically. Otherwise, I have no clue who they would cast for Peter Parker. Give me some of your cast suggestions in the comments below. I would like to see what kind of actors are out there that you think fit Peter Parker well. Now, if they added Miles Morales, I think this would be a good move because Miles Morales is starting to go mainstream, or already has gone mainstream to be honest, and everyone seems to love him since he's appeared in the Marvel's Insomniac Spider-Man universe as well as the Into the Spider-Verse trilogy so far. So I think it would be a smart idea to do Miles. It would just be whether or not they wanted to do his own origin story or skip that maybe to when he's already Spider-Man for a while, similarly to how Tom Holland's Spider-Man came about in the MCU, or even just do a flashback of his origin story in the first appearance if they do end up putting Miles Morales in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Me personally, I would love to see Miles Morales in this Spider-Man universe, as well as the Scarlet Spider, specifically Kaine Parker. I love his suit and his mannerisms, his quip, and his cool little Wolverine-like fangs that come out of his wrist. I think this would be a dope character to have in live action. He's Spider-Man, but he acts like more on the edge. He's more serious, he's a little more violent, a little less careless. I think he's just really fun. He sort of reminds me of Deadpool a little bit. So with that being said, that's everything I got for you guys today. So if you're new to the channel and enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. If you already have subscribed, don't forget to leave your opinion on what we talked about today or your opinion on today's video in the comments below. I always read and respond to comments. Personally, me, I really hope that, of course, they cast a Peter Parker, but as well Miles Morales or even Kaine Parker would be dope as well. But Kaine Parker is a clone, so I don't know, that might not happen for a while unless it was a multiverse situation maybe. Do you guys hope to see Miles Morales or a Kaine Parker in the Sony Spider-Man universe, or would you like to see other Spider people? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want more of this type of content. Again, hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time.